Hello, Fräulein. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. So, yeah, we're starting now. Everyone introduce yourselves. I'll go last. Fuck up the
Alright,
order.
my name is Follow Universe. On Instagram it's at Follow Universe. On YouTube at Follow Universe. On Twitch at Follow Universe. Thanks.
Fucking creative.
That's just how we do.
Yeah.
The next person that is speaking is Fat Bastard.
Yeah. Fat Bastard 69, Pussy Slayer 420.
Tell us all about them underscores.
Yeah. I am Enclave _ Hellfire. Alright, only one underscore, not as bad as the next
Underscore.
one. Yeah. And then I'm on YouTube as Hellfire Mike, and I am only on Instagram. I have Twitter, but I'm not on that. And that's me.
Okay. Let's say. I'm McLovin, or on Instagram known as The Enclave, a soldier's tale. There are underscores
the
between every
underscores.
single word there.
Underscores are there?
5.
More than your
Yeah, like-
body has room for.
Yeah. And I have a YouTube and all that other stuff, but I never post any videos, so it doesn't matter.
You have a secret YouTube, you traitor. How could you do this to us?
This is the males only.
Yeah, this is Sausage
Podcast?
Party.
Guys' night out.
Sausage Party.
Please don't.
We're gonna hit up all those gay clubs.
Alright?
No, we're not. Okay, guys, my name's Sharon, and you can find me, Sharon is Karen, on Instagram and Twitter. I guarantee you I have at least 30 more followers than Mike does. Rocking that 65 life. I don't know what you are. What are you, like 30-something?
I'm like 20.
No. Okay, yeah, I'm like 40 more than Mike
420.
has. You can just guess how
Blaze
many
it.
underscores I have in my account. But yeah,
7.
good times, fun times. No, that's wrong. Okay,
Underscore Sharon underscore is underscore Sharon. I mean Karen.
I mean Karen. I mean Karen is literally in there too.
He messed up when he was entering his username.
It's like, oh shit.
I just wanted something cute. It's a dumb name.
You are cute.
Okay. we're just Mike's just like, oh, guys, night out. We're all going to the gay club, and we got to shake it
This
off.
is what when
it
the
off.
women aren't here, we all.
Shake it
gotta
off
own it.
like Taylor Swift.
You gotta own it.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat at the same time simultaneously. So we decided, since we all introduced ourselves on our first episode, that now we're gonna introduce a new segment. It's gonna be question of the day, but it's not a question today. It's more like it's a statement or
Story.
a comment, what have you.
Command.
So
It's
we decided today's question of the day, comment, story, statement. I don't give a fuck. Today's question of the day is recount a time when you had the most fun playing a multiplayer game with friends, because anybody who games at least semi-regularly has like that one super specific story that was just filled with hilarity and bullshit, and then every person involved can recall when someone mentions it. So I guess I'll go first. And it's there's definitely a lot of like details to my story that may seem a little bit odd to people, or it's like, because my friends and I, we had kind of like a fucked up sense of humor, and it was just kind of like a lot of random stuff. But the game in question is Red Dead Redemption. Love it.
Oh my
Instant
God.
classic.
It was broken as fuck.
It is now. I will shed a tear for how broken it is, but in its heyday, it was a
Yeah.
beautiful game, and we had endless amounts of entertainment. But to set the scene here, in Red Dead Redemption multiplayer, my friends and I, my closest compadres, our little posse was called the Mild Bunch. And we were the Mild Bunch because we couldn't hold off the police long enough to get the Wild Bunch award, so we were like in between, so we were the Mild Bunch, but we owned it, like we made that our thing. So the Mild Bunch spent most of their time hanging around Thieves Landing because it was just prostitutes galore. And one of the Mild Bunch's, one of our pastimes was just beating up hookers. It was fun, it was easy, it was free, and it was a pretty rewarding thing to do. So just a regular day of just like some hooker beating, and It was my friend Morehouse, we'll call him. My friend Morehouse and I, we were repping the Mild Bunch that day. We were just slapping around bitches in Thieves Landing as per usual. When we had some little kids who were online, and they joined in with us. And so it was kind of just like the four of us just having fun, lighting horses on fire, pushing hookers off the dock. And then these other players came after us, and they started, it turned into almost like this little gang battle. About 3 or 4 other kids came into the town on their horses, and they started killing all the little kids who were joining us. And then some of the little kids started getting offline. So we're like, we got to put a stop to this. Like, who the hell are these people? They're hooker activists or something. Like, they're trying to save these hookers. So we launched a holy war, like a Red Dead jihad, so have you, against the hooker activists.
Ooh, a crusade.
That's super racist.
It was
A jihad is a holy war.
A jihad is
That's
a
a
holy
fact.
war. It's not nothing racist about it, but I'll tell you, these hooker activists were pissing us off. They were ruining our good time. So we rallied all the kids, the ones who still remained and weren't scared off by the older players killing them and punishing them for attacking hookers, and we kind of launched a counterattack, and we fended them all off. So at the end of this, we were definitely impressed with kind of the loyalness of our pro hooker fighting little kids that we had sort of brought along with us. So me and my friend Morehouse, being like the Pied Pipers, we took them across the map to where we got a big chariot from one of the gang hideouts. Then we rolled back into Thieves Landing and picked them up, and we said, all right, you sort of earned your rite of passage. We're going to go see Brumus now. And they kept asking who Brumus was, and we wouldn't tell them who Brumus was. They were just like, you'll know Brumus when you meet him. So one of the highlights about the Red Dead multiplayer was you had these these animal safari type mini games, and our favorite to play was the bear one in Tall Pines. And when you beat all the other bears, the legendary, who was a golden bear called Brumus, would come out. We worshiped Brumus. Brumus was our god. So we took the kids up into Tall Pines, and some of the hooker activists were still hot on our tail. So while fending off hooker activists with one hand and raining horses with the other, we took them into Tall Pines, and we introduced them to our god Brumus, who summarily slaughtered all of the little kids who were with us. As had been our plan the entire time. So my friend Morehouse and I, we left that day feeling like we had really touched the lives of kind of the youngers in the Red Dead online community. And I'll put up a picture. I don't have one with me right now. While we're doing the video, while I'm going over my story of my character, his name was Jefe Roca, and he was just, I remember there was this one class of multiplayer characters that was just miscellaneous Mexicans, is I believe what it was called, and Jefe was the second. But the thing where Jefe was unique, not just being my go-to character, but was that he had a counterpart in the miscellaneous criminals who looked exactly the same but was named Jesse Lang. So he had like a little Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going, where we said that he would only murder people when he was Jesse Lang, but he would just be good old lovable Jefe Roca the rest of the time. But I'll put up a picture of old Jefe. But that was the story of the Mild Bunch, the golden days of beating hookers left and right and offering children to bears. And that is my most memorable story of playing multiplayer.
All right.
So good luck to whoever's following.
All right, I'll just go next then, I guess, unless somebody else wants to go.
I go.
All right, I'll go. I have actually 2 that are shorter. My first one is in Halo 3. I was playing Rockets with my cousin. So rocket launchers only.
That was great.
On, I think it's called Blackout. It's like that map that's like...
The map that's like from Halo 2 that they like brought over.
Oh yeah, it has like that center thing, and it has a little tower with like a wraparound like stair thing or ramp thing that goes to the top. But anyway, I was 1v1ing him in Rockets, alright, and I was at the top of this tower, right? And I didn't know where he was. I was like looking down to the middle of the map, and I had a bubble shield in my hand, and I didn't want him like sneaking up behind me while I was like looking for him in the thing, and so I decided to turn around and like put a bubble shield behind me in the little doorway or whatever, like the little thing, all right? So that I would have a few extra seconds if he came up the ramp to turn around and defend myself. So I turn around as I'm throwing this bubble shield. All right, he comes up the ramp. All right, he sees me. All right, bubble shield like expands, whatever. As he
Yeah.
fires a rocket, it hits the bubble shield and he dies instantly. Like completely freak, perfect timing and everything.
I love when that
Pretty
happens,
amazing.
like the coup de grace in a game or whatever, where it's like
Yeah.
that last sniper shot or whatever, like as someone's like turning around a corner and you win the game or whatever. It's
But like
just-
after
hit the
that,
bubble shield.
I like flipped out. I just put the controller down. I was like, I'm done. I beat this game. This game is done. It's over. All right, done. And then my
tell me
second
that
story.
someone murdered you directly after.
My second story, I was playing Halo Reach. Me and my friend were playing 2 versus 2 SWAT on that map with the like rocket or whatever. I mean, not rocket, the like spaceship thing that's in the middle of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the map. I don't remember like any other.
I don't remember what
names,
it's
though.
called, but anyway, we were far superior in skill to these other 2 people that we were playing with. We were all 4 of us sitting in front of a TV, all right, playing this game, okay? And we were far superior, whatever. They were pretty bad. We were beating them really bad. So like to the point where they were like getting scared to even like face us to like fight. So they would always run away whenever we got to them. And so you know how they have that like outer deck area and then like the 3 like air vents like push you up into it and like shoot you
Yeah.
out? Well, one of them, I saw him walk into the middle one, right? So he goes up, and then he's standing in like the middle of the thing, and then I follow him, all right? I go into the tube as well, all right? And then, but he doesn't see me, all right? Because he's facing the other direction, so he's running, all right? So he goes into the middle platform. He turns around as I'm coming out of the tube. So he turns around and he doesn't have anywhere to go, so he decides to just run and jump off the platform to just try to kill himself before I can get another kill. So I just sprint after him, right? He jumps off. I jump off after him, not land on him, but like, you know how you can do like midair things?
In the midair, like their assassination.
Get out! Like you can like jump
Did you
on,
just make little sound effects for doing the air attack?
you can like jump on people and like assassinate them in midair or whatever. So I jump on him, knife him in the back of the neck, and then like it's like that one animation where you like throw them after you stab them in the neck,
Yeah,
you
you,
like
like,
push them
throw
off
them
really
away.
quickly.
Yeah.
So I do that. Well, we're both in midair, and then I jump back onto the platform, saving myself. It was like the perfect. It was just flawless.
One
Flawless
fluid
victory.
motion.
Yeah, it was like, and it was the funniest thing ever because he was like screaming in real life next to me.
Oh wait, it was your friend who you were playing with that you just brutally murdered?
No, I killed one of the dudes on the other team.
Oh, okay.
Brutally murdered your friend. Betrayal.
Lucas, there was a severe lack of hookers in your stories.
I'm sorry, those
Disappointing.
games don't include hookers.
0 out of 10.
Sadly.
Totally mod that in if I could.
Could you
Halo
imagine
hookers.
that? It would just become like
Spartan
Duke Nukem
hookers.
at that point. You just need a double barrel shotgun. Alright, who's going next?
I'll go. All right. Well, I have one short story and one that's slightly longer.
Everyone gonna do 2 stories?
Well, the first story is like super short, but
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever played the Battlefield 3 beta. But
I think I did.
when it came out, the beta was super broken.
Was
Oh,
that the
pretty good. They came
Metro?
out with-
Just asking. Was that like
Yeah,
the
just
Metro?
it was
Yes,
Metro.
I did that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember that when you would go in prone mode as like an engineer or as an engineer or a sniper, remember your body would like stretch out and like you would become like a snake and your gun would be like floating in the air and you'd be like spazzing out on the ground like super stretched out like this worm like guy just like going around fucking shooting people like but like in prone mode. You'd be like some fucking worm thing. It was hilarious.
Why don't I remember this?
You have to look it up. Look up like Battlefield 3 like engineer worm snake whatever. It'll pop up. That stuff is hilarious. And you'd be like this like your neck would get super long like as tall as the character model like normally is and you'd just be like going around looking creepy as hell. So my friends and I, we all were an engineer class and we all decided to go into prone mode and we were like squirming around on the ground like 4 of us like freaking people out because people didn't know that was like a bug. And we'd be like swarming around like killing people like in the metros, like going underneath like going underneath like the train and then like popping up like some long, super long like neck and just shoot people, and that shit was hilarious. It's like these worms. It's funnier when you know what they look like. If you know, like, remember what the friggin' things look like, it's hilarious.
I'm looking
And
it up
then-
right now.
Yeah, look up like Battlefield 3.
When you're telling the
Beta.
whole story, I'll just have like silent videos of like people going
The
around in
engineer.
worm form going on.
There's a video online that's like the funniest thing ever. Some guy's like, he does it and he has like 10 sensitivity, he like spins around really fast and the freaking character model spazzes out. And then my other one happened a lot more recent, and it's on Grand Theft Auto 5. And my friends and I, we all decided we were going to become like from the South. So we all like wore cowboy hats and like blue jeans
I
and
saw the
like
pictures.
tank tops or like no shirt. Like I didn't have any shirt on, and we got in like this really get out truck, and we'd be playing like the country music radio.
Rebel
And we
Radio. I know
yeah,
it
Rebel
well.
Radio. We'd be playing Rebel Radio, so I'd be playing like country music, and we would be bounty hunters, but like really southern, like racist bounty hunters. So we would like go after people, and like we'd be playing in game chat, and we'd like spew out like all this like the South will rise again, like all this sort of stuff, and we'd like just kill random people who had bounties on them, and then we started killing so many people that like these little kids like wanted to start like join us, so we made them like put on clothes that were like would match ours, so, like a cowboy hat and like blue jeans.
Dude, this whole
And then,
story
like-
is so much like another one I have, but keep going.
So then, but they were like young kids, like kids who should not be playing GTA, like 8 years old, like should not be playing GTA, should not be playing online games with a microphone at all. And they started saying more racist things than we did, and like it was really high pitched voice, and like it was some hilarious shit. As we would like chase someone down like our truck, like yeehaw! And they're like they were just saying some jacked up stuff that like I cannot repeat on the podcast because I'll probably freaking get like taken out. But they were saying some jacked up stuff, and it was hilarious as hell because they were like 8. They had like a really high pitched voice, and they're like, "I'll hang you," and like all this really jacked up stuff, and it was hilarious.
I just looked up that glitch that you were talking about.
I know that
It's
first
pretty
started
hilarious.
cracking up. I saw the long
So
neck.
just imagine like 4 of those, like in a squad, like coordinating attacks, like ambushing people, and like, getting them in a corner and like stabbing them.
When I saw them, the first thing that came to mind was like when the kids or like whatever, like for all the Jurassic Park movies, when they first walk into the park and then they're just like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and it's like,
Have that thing.
and you see one of the long neck dinosaurs just like lift up its head, like eating a chew.
This one's a
It's like an
picture
engineer.
of
It's like,
I just imagine like 3 of those like engineers or
they're like
snipers
spazzing
just, like,
out,
chewing on leaves, like
Da-da-da-da-da.
lifting up
It's like
out of a pond or
dinosaurs?
something.
This
they're
one
like
has a picture
freaking out
of
on
it,
the ground.
and it has like text on it. It says "spitter!" exclamation point.
Bitter?
Yeah, like from Left 4 Dead.
That's great.
Spitters are for quitters.
No.
All right,
Yep, that's my story. Battlefield is freaking hilarious.
we moving on to McLovin's story time now.
Okay. So I guess I'll do 2 stories as well.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
just so everyone, giving you guys a heads up, I'm doing another story after this. I have one that must be told, but since we're all doing 2, like what the hell? But you have the floor, McLovin.
Okay. So it was a Halo Reach and firefight mode. Well, me and my friends we were like after the mod stuff, people started modding the game modes for it and stuff. We were playing it once. We were playing on the map where like the Covenant come through the little ice cracks and stuff. It's in like the Forerunner structure. That's like
Yeah,
the story
yeah,
mission
that's-
one. Well, we're sitting there. I'm running around with this rocket launcher. And one of my buddies just comes flying around the corner. He just starts screaming. I'm like, "What are you screaming about?" Well, this dude had hacked the game where it made a giant freaking brute that had like almost infinite health and would just chase you across the map and just kill you instantly.
What?
Well, he
People
Yeah.
modded the hell out of freaking Halo Reach.
That's amazing.
it was the scariest thing ever. Like I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden I just hear boom. I just see his corpse fly into the structure. His head goes through the structure, comes out the other side of the wall, and his legs are sitting there dangling out the side of this building, just flying around at like 100 miles an hour.
Freaking Halo they don't have good clipping like mechanics.
It was hilarious.
People get like
And
stuck
then-
in walls and spaz out.
My second story is not really that so much funny, but it happened in Destiny. I know it's probably going to get a bunch of hate for bringing that game up.
Oh
Fucking Destiny.
God!
Why people hate on that? So I don't even want to open the can of worms or whatever.
Just
We
kidding,
can
I
Yeah, don't
never-
open that
I'm
can of
like,
worms.
Rip Bungie's
But-
respect.
Oh,
It was
wow.
me and two experienced players who had been playing the game a while. We had agreed to take this group that put on the forums that they were new. Well, we didn't realize that by new they meant squeakers. So we're sitting there getting yelled at the entire time by this little 4-year-old or something who just keeps saying, why are you not doing it? Why are you not over here helping me? And
he was
every
4.
5 seconds during the fight, he would just die. Like, we'd be at this part in the Vault of Glass where he said, I know this cheese spot. So we let him go up. He gets up there, and people still do it to this day. He dies up there. It gets us killed so many damn times. Well, we get to the final boss, the raid boss, whose name is Antheon, for those who haven't played it.
Nerd.
I haven't played it. I'll just put that out there.
We got to, like, the final thing of it, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. So for some reason, he got the relic, this thing, and he dies right as we're about to kill Antheon. Everyone else just starts dying. My friend, dies. I jump up, golden gun, just shoot the boss right in the chest because he had, like, no health. 3 times, boom, won, and then died. Got resurrected because of the finish, and it was amazing. I was so happy. And the Screamer
I loved it.
kid starts freaking out, like, because he gets the stupid Galahorn from it, and I got nothing.
That was the
A bunch
most
of shards.
satisfied end to a story ever. You're just like, I was so happy.
And then I got
I couldn't
nothing
help it.
because RGM
Screwed
hates
over.
me.
All right.
The loot in that game is broken.
Well, I'm gonna go through and do my final story of my 2, since we're just doing 2. So this one is brought to you by the fantastic GTA 5. This was back when I had online on my 360. Right after the game came out, I got it, and this one also needs a fair amount of explanation, but you know it's gonna be good. So again, kind of the same people carried over from the Red Dead group, Mild Bunch. There was this new group. It was a little bit bigger, but it was known as the Cutter Clan. And it was called the Cutter Clan because the Cutter Clan had been formed by a couple of my friends when they were playing Gary's Mod back before I even was gaming on PC. And they called themselves the Cutter Clan because they were basically, it was funny how much it correlates to your story, Mike. They just went around pretending to be like inbred drug dealers and miscreants. So what they would do is they'd like grow meth and drugs in the basement of their home instead of getting a real job. And then when their neighbors started to suspect or walked into their home, they'd come at them with like sharp objects like shivs or knives or gardening tools, and they'd stab them to death.
Gardening tools.
Amply named the Cutters. And sometimes one of the funniest things I ever remember them telling me about Gary's Mod would be that one of their neighbors would start to ask too many questions, would come over, they'd murder them, and then they'd call an ambulance. They'd be like, help, oh my God, somebody's been murdered, you've got to come right now. And then the ambulance would come, and when the paramedic would be like, all right, what happened here? They'd just jump out from behind something and beat them to death. And I think they just keep calling ambulances and they just keep killing all the responders until eventually they'd get kicked from a server, as would often happen. But anyway, now you know the origin of the Cutter Clan. I think on the official GTA site, it was what was it? I think the description for the actual gang, the Cutter Clan, is psychotic inbreds on a quest for flesh, or something like that, or like drug crazed inbreds on a quest for flesh. So we would go through the GTA world just wreaking havoc, a lot like you said you did, just generally acting very southern and shouting slurs and everything and attacking people. And our bread and butter of the Cutter Clan was we'd join races. And we had my one friend Trevor he'd actually go really hard, and his ratio, he had like a lot of wins to losses. But my friend Andrew, who I've told you guys all about a couple of times and how just screwed in the head he was, his ratio was so out of whack because all that we did with a passion was as soon as the race would start, we'd weed out the kids with the lowest level, and we'd just slam our cars into them and we'd pin them to a wall and just... We'd rev our engines, and the race would go on, and everyone would pass us, and there'd be one kid that we'd continuously spin out and trap against a wall. And we did this to so many poor kids so many times that some of them would leave the game just in frustration after they'd keep spawning and we'd form walls and everything. But the greatest, it all sort of came to a crescendo one day when we were doing one of the races. I think it was called Long Haul, where you go all the way around the island.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started that, and we were pinning kids, and there were these two kids, and we noticed they were doing the same thing. So we invited them to our party. Lo and behold, they're both, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, but they're actually from West Virginia and have heavy accents. So we indoctrinate them with the Cutter Clan and have them do the same thing, and we all drove backwards through the race while everyone's on the other side of the island by now. We went towards right by where the finish line is, and we went into the city section, and it was a GTA race. And they were awful, but someone did a GTA race anyway. So we all coordinatedly got out of our cars and hijacked all the oil tankers that would pass on the freeway and lined them up in a barricade along the freeway.
Thank you.
Are you all right there, Luke?
What is going
that?
on?
What's happening? You okay? All right.
Lucas has been taken by the Cutter Clan.
This was abducted by the Cutters.
What happened?
I got so scared. I just heard the
Like harmonica.
I heard the harmonica playing, and I was like,
Like
"What's
some little
happening?"
kid.
Did you not hear that, Lucas?
No?
What the fuck?
Okay, well,
Who was
I'll just
that?
keep going. We'll pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll just ignore
Even
that.
though it's impossible to ignore that. That'll definitely be on the video. But we piled up all these oil tankers horizontally along the road, and then we just stood on top of them with our machine guns. And then all of the kids who were actually racing rounded the corner and all slammed on their brakes because they didn't see it coming. But we blew up all the oil tankers and like set the front runners, including our friend Trevor, like all the way back into like 6th and 7th place. And they
Working
were
with people on GTA is like
so
the best.
But it was a glorious time. But I wanted to share with you guys the story of the Cutter clans. My Cutter brothers would be happy to know I was repping them. That name would get us in a lot of trouble if you couldn't imagine. We had a couple girls who came after us saying it was highly offensive, but we explained to them tirelessly without end that they didn't understand the true cause of the Cutters, and they were sort of just abstracting the term for their own selfish purposes. But there you go. That's my story.
Pretty nice.
And so I think that brings us right along into, we're just about halfway through our podcast, so I think it's appropriate that we hear what's grinding everybody's gears this week.
Oh, geez.
It seems
I don't
like
even know much today.
there's definitely I'm sure you guys could come up with something. I'm bad at this one because if everybody starts bitching and moaning about one thing, then I'll join in the bitching and moaning, but I don't know. You guys, we're
Well,
talking
check.
about what, Destiny and how much I don't know anything about
I
Destiny.
don't know. The
really.
Destiny doesn't like bother me. I just was very disappointed with that game.
I've never played it.
Neither have I.
I don't even know what you do.
You
You
farm.
grind. You
It-
grind and
Yeah.
farm all the time.
It looks
Well,
like
With the new
entirety of the
stuff,
game.
there's more to do. You grind, farm, Prison of Elders, trials, grind, farm, Prison of Elders, trials.
It's very repetitive.
so. It's kind of like the same strategy as like World of Warcraft or something, where like half the
Yeah.
time you're just grinding and stuff.
Yeah.
Never
I
played that
enjoyed
either.
World of Warcraft, but with Destiny, I have friends that play, so
World of Warcraft is to like video games what like Dungeons and Dragons was to like just actual board games and role playing games in general. Like that's something that like either you have played or you haven't played, but you've definitely heard of it and know what it is either way. But I never played it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears, Lucas?
That dude on Facebook.
The what?
Oh.
hey,
Me.
he tagged us in that though. He credit the YouTube page and Charon's
I know, but
Instagram post.
but like, where did he get it?
That's
don't
the
know.
thing though. Everyone always says like, "Oh, I found this on Tumblr." And
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
what I always get.
But he
No,
said he
I-
found it on Instagram. There's only 8 people that posted on Instagram. None of them had it cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And nobody
the
knows
thing,
what we're
though.
even talking about.
Because when I see people take my regular content and then it's just maybe like my name is clipped out of the corner or something and they say they got it for Tumblr, like I can understand because I make meme posts a lot and like the stuff that I actually draw and put time into never gets the most posts out of my posts. It's always just the dumb little memes I make. Like,
And then he calls you Chinese.
yeah, I know. That was the cherry on top. Was just he was like, hey, look at this Chinese dude right in the middle. Bam. No, it's just like okay.
We rule.
People are watching this are like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Someone reposted the Radiation
Well,
Kings.
it's only
and-
Fallout pages, so.
Yeah.
The picture that you all are probably seeing on your screen right now, if I've actually gone through and put it up, which I'm fairly sure that I will in the future.
I mean,
Picture me take
looking at his track record, he's at like 50%.
Who, me? I'm at less than 50% if we're doing a track record.
He actually had like 10 retakes.
Well, how about just how fucking long it took me to make the actual picture?
Yeah, like a fucking month and a half.
There's still things that I find that are like wrong with it. Like everyone's gonna see this when I post it, but I'll just say it, whatever. The one thing that irks me the most about the picture is Fallout Archives Pip-Boy hand has like a tiny little ingrown midget hand instead of an actual size. I didn't realize till I had already like drawn the glove and the Pip-Boy. I thought it would be adequate, but his other hand is at least like, because it's kind of in a weird perspective because he's crouching too, and I was trying to like make everything angled that way so it looks like his legs go back a little bit and he doesn't just have little midget stubs under his knees. But his for some reason I could have just redrawn it or touched it up, but I didn't really care. It's endearing in its brokenness, but yeah, you will take notice. The dude with the glasses on the far right side has a little tiny ingrown hand.
I just realized that book says scorpion porn on it.
Good.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
hoping someone would notice.
I noticed it, but I said
Whoa.
something the other day.
And that's like a scorpion on it. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's usually the first thing, because when I actually took the picture, I realized that I was like, wow, that print's really small. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to read it. But I'm like, no, at least the guys in the group will see the scorpion on the one page.
This is like a super inside joke that's like inside to even other members in the group that like don't even know about it.
It's true, but, you know, people will catch on, Slew.
Slim.
We should just say that under our breath whenever we just...
Slim.
Like in random places in the middle of our sentences where it doesn't even make any sense, but like really
Slim.
quietly. Like, hey guys,
Is that what we're
That's
going
pretty
to do?
noticeable.
I don't know where
Hey
that
guys,
sentence is
Scorpion
going.
porn, how you doing?
You just like put it in like that one episode of freaking South Park where it's like the plays and they'll sing and it's like blowjob.
Yes.
Uh,
What, wait,
they're
Cartman
like,
has
have sex.
Tourette's.
It
No,
was
honestly,
like,
In this picture, I think that I have to admit that I look the best. Can we all
You
agree?
look like a queer.
I think McLovin looks the best. He looks really badass, I have to say. I'm pretty happy with the way he turned out.
Yeah, I like how mine
That's all,
turned
you
out.
know, that's like an unrealistic amount of crumbs from that cookie, from that one bite.
Well, it's
I
not
think it's
just
like the
from the
bottom of
bite.
the cookie.
You have to
Like
think that it's
destroyed.
like, if the cookie was a full circle, it wouldn't really sit on the ground. So I think that's, in
True.
my reasoning, that's the bottom of the cookie. That's kind of like...
Alright, she just like destroy it.
Where it's like the post-apocalypse. It's like dusty and
Yeah, it's like some dusty,
Yeah, it's a-
Dirty.
gross.
It's a post-apocalyptic
Aren't we supposed to be
cookie. What
talking
the
about
fuck did
things
you
that
expect?
bother
but
us?
Taylor would eat it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, this is true. Aren't we supposed to be talking about things that bother us, not our picture?
Oh right.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
I had something
no,
that like
I don't
it
even
wasn't
really
didn't
grind my
necessarily
gears,
grind my
it's
gears, but
Lucas.
I don't even remember what it was anymore.
You were talking about the dude who reposted the
Oh,
picture.
that wasn't it.
Well, I had
That
a
actually
freaking picture
does bother
stolen for
me.
me. And like
Oh.
normally, I don't care if people repost it, but he like reposted it, and I put his watermark on it. I was like, "You're just scum."
I was gonna talk about what I said earlier in the chat about how Mr. Matty plays video about what the one thing that scares him in Fallout. Like it doesn't grind my gears necessarily, but like that kind of scares me too. About how they're gonna have like areas that are like leveled with monsters that are a certain level, and you like progress that way.
Be level 10 and there's level 30 damn death claws. Just be like, nope, you're gonna die
And
now.
it's like one area would be like 5 through 10, and then one area would be like 10 through 15.
So
But
it'll be
here's-
like
here's
Destiny
one
or like
thing, though.
Borderlands. I
Yeah,
think
but,
it'll
like,
be
we
like
don't-
Skyrim.
But we don't
I-
necessarily know
Level
it's gonna
zones
be like
and
that, but
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
like Skyrim.
I just restarted New Vegas the other day, starting like just an evil playthrough because I decided like I wanted to just see what would happen when I joined the Legion. I hadn't done a playthrough like that yet, but if there are certain levels in or just parts of the map in both
That are
Fallout
set, like, a
games
certain level.
which are kind of leveled almost, because the one thing that kept happening to me was whenever you went from Novak to try to go to Nelson, you wouldn't want to run into the NCR troopers, but if you tried to round the mountain and you were like anywhere lower than level 10, there would be fire geckos that would instantly kill you, and it would be really
they-
hard
In
to
Fallout 3, the Enclave are just, they aren't leveled with your character at the beginning. Like they level with you as you get higher. They'll like become like better soldiers. But like when like you know, and it's scripted event when they first come, they're like level 20, I think, level 20 or 15, like no matter what level you are. So if you like got to that part early and you'd be like level 10, they would like destroy you with their freaking plasma rifle. It would like kill
Fallout
you in like
3
one hit.
That was
All-
awful. I did that
All three
once.
did a whole lot better though about that than New Vegas did. New Vegas had like
Yeah.
free junction, like the entire left side of the map. As soon as
Yeah,
you start out the
exactly.
game, you can't even walk over there because there's like cat
you're
stores
like
and death claws. And,
funneled into going to Prim and then Novak and nowhere else.
Yeah,
'cause
you like
there's-
have to do that shit unless you
Yeah.
like do some freaking like
Which is
jumping around
the
the
Come
mountains.
Fly With Me quest. When I got to that during my playthrough, like I'd played through the full game up until there, and I was just like, "Fuck this, I'm done with it." Like that quest just annoys me
that
so
quest,
much.
Yeah, I am so bored of
This
that
quest-
quest because I've done it
yeah.
so many times.
Exactly.
It's the same
That's what grinds
shit.
my gears. That
It's not
quest,
even like it's not even like
Bethesda.
there's not like choice with it either. It's like, oh, you send them to the moon or you don't.
You blow them up.
There
You
you
either
go.
kill them or
And
Yeah,
you
you
have
kill
to
them
have
or
like
you
a
don't.
high
There's like no
science
choice.
to
I wanna
sabotage
know
Yeah, you have a
exactly
science
what-
too.
or at least where the like rocket model went in the
Yeah.
game, like in the game world.
I think just probably disappears, like how the vertebrate doesn't actually go anywhere; it just shrinks.
Yep, that's exactly what happens to the rock. I guarantee they don't even shrink; they just disappear once they're out of like.
Once
your
they're like out of the
eyesight.
view, yeah.
I'm sure they have a mod for like where the rockets
there.
actually ended up if they
I
ever
was
actually
just thinking
went.
of that the other day. That would be so badass if you could like there's the one mod where you do go to the moon, but what if when you went there you saw the rockets just launched in the side of it?
I don't think they
Bunch of,
went
like,
to the
dead
moon
ghouls.
though. How would they even live on the
Probably
moon?
didn't.
No, they'd be dead.
There's not even any radiation on the moon.
Yeah, they'd be dead. They'd be dead.
It would be like a wild wasteland encounter, but
I
like you
think-
go
Yeah,
to the
they'd just be
moon.
dead.
you
I
just
think
see
they
them.
went to like Canada or something.
Well, if you do the ending, like some of them crashed, then they
Oh,
came
yeah,
back
no.
to Novak to like
That
to
one
like help
rocket,
them.
but I want to know where the one that went somewhere did.
Like the
'cause
ones
they
that are actually
went-
successful.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
what
they're not
gonna
happens
make
if you crash them. They attack Novak.
No,
No.
just don't live
Like
there.
the good one, they like go and help Novak like during the Battle of the Dam because like the Legion attacks it,
Okay.
and like a few of them go over there and help it.
I just want to know where they go.
Yeah, they probably like. I mean, if
Well, we were
they
space
could have
mining at
either
that time.
launched.
They're
they could have either
launching towards
launched
the
right
east,
into the
though.
water.
They're not
or, like,
going north.
Deeper into freaking
You know what? What if
like,
they went
America.
to like? Never mind. I'm thinking Capital Wasteland.
To
I was thinking
Texas?
like if this happened in the Capital Wasteland, what if they like went to Boston and like
Well,
went
what if they made it that far? I mean, they are fucking rockets that are
to
like,
like
meant to go
ground
to the
zero?
moon.
You know how there's like a ground zero bomb site in Boston? Like we already know that now that there's gonna like Todd
Roll
Howard talked
Z.
about that one area that was like
With the
direct
death claws.
impact.
Oh yeah, the like irradiated,
Yeah,
like
that
in
area-
freaking Fallout like 2, where it's just like all green,
Like,
like super
what if-
irradiated.
I was like, if it was in the Capital Wasteland, that would be a good like plot point, and then like continuation of the story for the next game. But
I just
they
realized
got-
how freaking, because you know how they like said about like the ghouls, how they're gonna be like they can like crawl into spaces and shit.
That's
They're
gonna be
probably gonna
scary.
Yeah, that's gonna be scary as hell. First off, they're probably gonna make that area that's like super irradiated, like a horror game segment.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's
have
fine.
to go there during the story, and you're gonna probably like go deep underground, and there's gonna be like fucking ghouls because
It's gonna be like the
like
Glow.
crawling like the goddamn fucking like walls.
It's gonna be like the glow. You just go there, you die.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the glow. You just die unless you have like power armor and like a lot of freaking Rad-X and
Two
Rad-Away.
things though. Two things I guess would sort of, and it's just, it's more just talking like realistically about the games. First of all, look at the size of the rockets. I understand they're making them like cartoonishly 1950s, but even there's like 20 of them get into one rocket, which is like, I don't know, what, like 30 feet long, and they'd all need to at least have like a chair and sitting space, even if they don't bring any supplies or anything to go to the moon. How do they, is it like a clown car? Like, how do they fit inside?
By the way, for anybody who's wondering, or anybody who plays on like Xbox or PlayStation 4 solely, the like, you know how he talks about like the area being irradiated? It's not. You can like console command on PC and go down there. It's not
yeah, down there where
radiated
it's
at all. No radiation.
It's like too irradiated for you. There's just like goo.
He's totally lying. They could have taken that human dude with them.
Yeah.
Even though he'd die on the moon.
Something
BS.
that's something that's really funny is if you steal the spacesuit outfit, that he just goes down there in his clothes. He just goes down without a helmet. He just goes in his tattered suit, and he's like, "My brothers, let's get the fuck out of here."
The great journey has begun.
But like, I don't know. It probably is in lore, like
The
they have,
Covenant
like, the barrels
awaits.
or whatever. But they just didn't put radiation down there because there's no reason to.
Well, plus Bethesda is kind of lazy when they
But,
do
like-
certain things.
Like,
The
you're
other
not
thing
supposed
I
to go
was
down
gonna
there.
say is the Capital Wasteland, DC. That is the capital of the U.S. And when
Yeah.
you go there, there's Vault 87 is really irradiated, but there's no actual craters from like nuclear
Yeah,
blasts.
the White House is
The White
gone
House.
though.
The
White House is
White
just
the
gone.
White
Like a
House is
huge
gone.
crater.
You told me about. I remember that. But when you look at the rest of the map, like you think that
It's
there
pretty
would
clean.
there'd just be nothing
But
there.
at the same time, you think that since it's the capital, they would probably like defend the hell out of that with like anti-missile devices.
They had the like missile platform in the Enclave,
Yeah.
whatever the
Oil rig.
Adams Air Force Base.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And you know that I mean, if they've been preparing for nuclear war this whole time, you know they had some sort of defensive capabilities.
Right, but somehow Las Vegas, of all places, had better.
Well, because freaking Mr. House did that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's like
that was
constantly-
Mr. House like
privately funded.
destroyed. Yeah,
He's
and
like,
if
what
if you
city
freaking-
am I going to save? Las Vegas. There it is.
Hey,
if
turn
you
up.
listen to when his thing though, if like the platinum chip got to him, he could have saved like the entire west coast of freaking America.
That's why you give him the chip.
Yeah, because Mr. House can actually save the freaking like human
He
race.
could.
He's
You
not
know
like the
what?
Legion or NCR where it's like, oh, we're greedy, and then the Legion's like, crucify.
Yeah, but I still think that the NCR has the better chance because if you give it to
Yeah, I'd
House,
say.
it's like a
Dictatorship.
yeah, dictatorship.
So
Like, Mr. House is not going to live
That
forever,
works.
and somebody else is going to take his place, and they're gonna have like total power or whatever because they have all the Securitrons and stuff.
what if the courier like goes into like his Mr. House's machine?
It like hops in like 100 years later.
They
It's like, what are you
actually
doing?
both,
It's like it's time for me to leave.
He like
old man.
shovels Mr. House out of it.
they both
like,
share
dust.
it like a
It blows
bunk
him
bed.
away.
It's
It's
like a
like
bunk
dust.
pod. There's one on top of the other. They both just share it.
They like, or he just opens it, crawls in, and then shuts it like he's just laying on top of him for eternity.
He's like, we are one now.
They're both really old and decrepit, and they have a disagreement, and they try to have like a fist fight inside of the machine, and they're just like,
Mr.
just like-
House is really nasty though looking.
he is.
That freaking
He's like a
part makes me
raisin.
laugh my ass off.
See what he would look like when he was younger, like the actual picture of him or like the screen image of him.
He's
I
a
wanna
pretty good looking guy.
That is really.
He looks like the things from Half-Life when they transform humans into like their slaves,
They're like-
the Combine.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like one of those. But one idea I had, you know, what I think would make a cool add-on for Boston, and maybe there's kind of a distance thing, but I don't think it's too far-fetched because Pittsburgh is a pretty far shot away from DC.
Yeah.
But if they had one add-on, and I put a little bit of thought into this, but what if they made one add-on where you actually go to Atlantic City in New Jersey? Because that's basically like outside of Las Vegas, that's the second closest thing in America there is.
Of course, you'd like them to go to
To New Jersey?
New
Atlantic
Jersey.
City.
But also they reference it. They
That
in
would
the
be cool,
Fallout
though.
series they call it the Great Lanta, and they at some point, if you look it up on the wiki, I think it was in Fallout 3, some dialogue. I think when you're talking to the dude in the Preservation Society. who
I
talks
would
about
say
that.
that probably has a pretty good chance of being a DLC area.
I really hope they
Yeah.
let you go back to the Capital Wasteland just to see like what the hell the
Oh,
Brotherhood
yeah.
of Steel has done with all their power.
That'd be
Yeah.
badass. Or go to
It
Because-
might
Vegas.
be kind of easy though, because they already have like all the assets and stuff for it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, they have, like,
just
the whole
update
thing
the
stuff.
engine and then
And I mean, like
They
the
would have to
Brotherhood of Steel
redesign
has
it.
total control over the freaking Capital Wasteland. Like there is no other faction that can like legitimately challenge them anymore in that area.
Yeah, because they have power, the advanced power armors, vertebrates.
Yeah, they have all the Enclaves leftover technology. All the Enclaves vertibirds. Liberty
Airships.
Prime, which they're eventually going to rebuild. They have like a shit ton of
Sooner
freaking
or
people
later.
there.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
what if in Fallout 4, you get to the final battle or whatever, the airship just comes overhead and just drops Liberty Prime right in the center of the battlefield.
I'd
He's
shoot a
got
brick.
like
I'd shoot a
rockets
brick.
on his
Hey.
back. He comes down like the thrusters lower, like
improved.
Iron Man or something, and he's
Oh.
just like, I'm here to kick ass and kill commies, and I'm all out of commies. Or something.
Like
I don't think they're gonna.
I'd laugh my ass off if they lower our Liberty Prime back because he's like one of the top liked freaking Fallout characters.
I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder how they're gonna bring back. Dude, the tree eagle. I totally forget his name right
Oh,
now.
Harold?
Harold, yeah.
Nah,
I
Harold.
think
wonder
in the
if they'll-
lore
dead.
he's dead. No, yeah.
He's either dead or he doesn't
He's just,
move
like, stuck
anymore.
there.
I wonder if he'll make a cameo in it at all, because he's been in every
like a
numbered
tree.
Fallout.
They
Though.
should have like a new one, like Restart, where somebody else got the same mutation.
Like Harold's
now has a
child.
tree growing out of their head.
Be like his son. It's like Bob.
Or
Alright,
like
guys.
he dropped little seed.
We
little
got about
dualified
15
tree
minutes
seeds.
left before we hit our hour mark, so I'm thinking we slide on into some FNARs.
Yeah, we're not even like doing our
Yeah.
grind our gear.
I think our gears were pretty well ground this time around.
Pretty well oiled.
Mm.
Ooh.
Uh.
Alright, Bernard, go. Go, go, go.
This happened. Alright, so if you guys will check your image emitting devices, I set up a little thing with all of our FNARs.
You didn't put the
Uh,
names in this time.
And if I don't remember the names of the artists, and I remember some of them, but don't worry, we will find you eventually and put your name up in the video to give you.
I sent one in there too. I'm special.
But not mention you because you're not special.
We'll just say we really like you and you're special or something.
But you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
really, so kill yourself. No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
All right, let's
Yeah.
start out with our first one. I'll introduce this one because it's our good friend Max Gunarboru. And how could I forget with a name like that?
Yummy.
He looks super snazzy. He's got like his leather gloves, his leather vest, his leather face.
His 3 times size cigarette.
Yeah, that's a big boy cigarette if I've ever seen one. That's like a cigar.
That's like destroy your lungs.
Like he even shout out it. He gave us a shout out in the background. Don't you guys see us in the background there?
Oh
Yeah, the
my
little
god!
the radio.
I didn't even notice the last time we were recording it, and this didn't even go through. The center of the picture was a radio, so.
I like named that out to you, you bastard.
We're the
I was like,
real
look, it's the
centerpiece
Radiation
here.
King thing.
Did he
Like,
really
oh.
say that? I don't think. Well, I don't think that I received this personally. I'm pretty
He'll
sure
be
this
like,
one was
oh,
sent.
they're gonna notice this for sure, and then we never even acknowledged it.
Good thing I did though.
Good thing you.
Just
did.
know that I love you, person that sent this.
Max
don't.
Gunarboru. Beautiful.
Max Gunnerboard.
Good job. I like it. It's classy. It looks like he took it in the Good Springs. What's that called? The
Saloon.
Prospector Saloon?
Prospector Saloon.
Prospector Saloon.
But it looks like all the crap isn't behind it. Aren't there like big broken picture frames and like clutter?
Yeah,
but
like,
there's mods
more
that
bottles
clean that
there
up,
too.
though.
Yeah, there's probably
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that cleans it up. Plus, you can just disable it with freaking like console commands.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go to
like
our
it.
next one before we run out of time.
Okay. Who's introducing our next one?
We don't
I
have
don't
the
know.
names.
It's a Mountain
Yeah, I don't
Dew,
know the
right?
name of this one, but don't worry, we will put it up.
Oh
on
wait,
the
I
video.
saw that conversation open. I think.
I'm pretty sure I deleted the last conversation.
You left. I left. Everybody
We
else
all
left.
That's what it was. I have like a bunch of old ones. Oh wait. Nope, I have it.
Oh, you
Ooh.
do? Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Logan. I mean, McLovin.
It doesn't. Just call me Logan for now on. Just screw it.
Yeah, Logan.
Okay,
It's
so we're
over.
looking at the chair on with glasses. So that one was sent in by Fallout _ hype / reptile period dysfunction.
Yeah, reptile
Reptile
dysfunction. I
dysfunction.
remember, not reptile dysfunction, reptile dysfunction.
And this entire line of words is his whole Instagram username.
They're
No,
just
remember,
under
He has
it's
two
separated by
accounts.
slash.
I remember this is the
Separated by
same thing that
slash,
you
I
right?
asked
remember this
last
conversation
time,
too. Because I legitimately thought it was his entire name. I was
You
like,
can't even have a slash in your freaking Instagram
Yeah.
name.
I don't
Like
even
he's
think
the
you
one
have that
person,
many
he like paid them
characters.
off.
Yep.
But anyway, I like it. It's a nice take on me.
Well, gee.
nice clip art.
Finally see Sharon
Like iFunny edit.
relaxing for once. Yes. I'm pretty sure that this might be one of the photo editing apps that I use. He may have messaged me what apps I use, and I told him those. So I get a lot of people that ask me, they're like, "Hey, Sharon is Karen, how do you make your memes?" And I'm like, "Oh, I use Aviary and PhotoGrid." So you should
Because
use those two.
A, the pipe is not in his mouth. B, he has no ears for the sunglasses to sit on.
Hey, that hasn't
Yeah.
stopped every other ghoul that wears sunglasses.
C, he has
He
Yeah.
has
no
no
nose
nose for
put
them to sit on.
And D, the nose part of the sunglasses are not even anywhere near where they would sit on his nose.
Yo, hey, this is not grind my gears. We're trying
just,
to
like, push them
thank
into
our
his, like,
fans,
rotten
not
skin. That's
make
how
our
it
fans
stays.
It is very-
unfollow
it
us.
is
You can
very
like put it under
classy.
like a flap of skin.
It is a very classy picture.
We love you, Reptile Dysfunction. Don't listen to that asshat.
Yeah, no one likes Lucas.
Take note. Mike, you want to introduce this next one?
Yeah, because I know everyone.
Oh,
Alright.
right, you did this last time too.
Yeah, well, because you fuckers didn't know any of them. I was like, oh,
I
I was
know
there.
at least two of
Hey,
them.
we know one.
Oh,
Some of
fuck
them.
you all. Alright. Well, this picture was sent in by Sharon, and she's the one on the far left. And then I'm gonna just name off their Instagram names, so I don't fuck up their normal names. Varnani, Moi, Vault-Tech with 2 T's, Radiated Lady, and then I think it's Kitten Rogue now, or Rogue Kitten.
Don't
for sure it's
forget
Kitten Rogue.
Shima Pan.
Well, yeah, Shima-Pan, but I know her name. Sharon. She's the one on the far left. So that's all of them. That's at the Kamikaze Fallout Gathering. And that was like all the ladies there.
I like
That was
it.
a pretty fun time, pretty swell. There was like a lot of people there.
We're commenting on. I like the our two people sort of venturing out from the group with our what is that Merc Charmer outfit and our Raider Blastmaster armor. I mean,
Yep.
kudos to the Vault suits too. I love them, but
Yeah.
I like the variation.
You know, Adidas.
Dude, no one
slides.
does like Raider. No one does freaking Raider armor. For
Yeah,
some
'cause
reason.
it's like overly sexualized, and it's usually only females that do it. So
It is true that they
I should
so
wear
easy. You
it,
just,
sever 'em
like-
off my belly.
It's like
Put
duct
like
tape
helmets
random
over
pieces
your
of garbage
boobs,
to your
and then
tail.
like yeah.
they're like spaghetti strainers on the pain spike armor. That's really kind of adventurous.
But the missile launcher is awesome, and so is the shish kebab, and so is everything.
Yeah, everything you can
Oh,
make.
the
all
nuka breaks. The
gorgeous.
take a nuka break sign is like awesome because it actually lights up.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Also, I said this last time we attempted to record this too, but I like the little Davy Crockett thing sticking out of the Raider waist dress.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the freaking the keel.
So, Mike, why are you
Trophy.
on this picture?
The Raider.
Because this
kilt.
was yeah. Fuck you, Lucas.
What did he say? What did that bastard say?
They said, "Why are you not in this picture?" Because this is all the females of the group. That was like Kamikaze. I think he's funny shit, guys. I think we have to kick him out. Lucas is harassing me.
Oh my.
I think. Thank you, Shima Pin. We will move on to the next one.
Yes.
No one really has the names, but I remember who said this in. So,
I remember the sound.
It's Chico.
Yeah.
Chioko. Don't forget that.
Chioko.
Yeah.
Chio.
Okay.
God, get your
I think he actually typed it wrong though in the thing.
yeah, he typed it wrong. I looked at the mistyped
remember
one,
that.
and then I looked at the.
Because
typed-
later he was like, "It's actually," or somebody was like, "It's actually."
I said that. I said it, but
All right, let's
I didn't.
fucking talk about it.
Okay.
God.
It's beautiful. Who wants to analyze it?
Who hasn't done one yet? Lucas.
Logan, it's all on you.
Oh.
Okay,
What do you see here?
so we got a very sexy, sadly depressed Gob in the corner, near this, like radioactive goo and some
So
eyeballs.
Mm.
And there's like
Those
one
eyeballs
eye
remind me of freaking old
in the
World
lower
Wars.
corner that just looks like pure terror. Then we
Yeah.
got it kind of looked depressed looked or very upset Charon. And then we got like I think what you said last time was what Charon looked like before, or this
Before he was,
artist's
like, radiated.
rendition.
Yeah.
It's pretty
How
hot.
Or was a ghoul.
What
With a
can I
cigarette.
say, guys? Oh.
Then we got a very feral.
And we have
Cool.
Mike in the top left.
A very feral.
I'm a bottle cap.
Yeah,
Not that top
like-
left.
That's
Looks
the
like a
only
lot
top
more-
left there is.
Not that far
Universe.
top left. That's not even a drawing.
Bottle cap.
Still in the top left.
Top
Hey, Lucas,
middle.
get your shit right.
Middle left.
Top middle. Middle left. You're autistic, Lucas.
That's a direction.
There's my self-portrait.
Okay.
Yeah. IRL.
Then we-
And you got a freaking the death claw.
Yep. Then we got the very. I
Piss.
like how it's just like all darkened, but the darkened detail, the light show up the details, and like he uses reds and I want to say pencil marks to do like texturing for like
Got some
different
nice
skin
cross.
tones.
It's very dark in more ways than one.
Yeah,
It looks
creates
really
some
fucking
ominous mood to it. Cause we all know our first Deathclaw encounter in Fallout 3 or something was, holy shit! What the hell is this thing charging at me?
My theory is maybe the eye on the right is looking at the Deathclaw on the left, and that's why it's so freaked out.
It's how the new Deathclaws make you feel.
Yeah, the new Deathclaws look a lot worse than the old ones.
Yeah.
Because now they can just insta-kill you if they get close enough and you don't have right armor on.
I think
Well,
they have
yep.
to charge up their crit bar.
That
before
makes
they do
sense.
that.
Yeah.
They just fucking scoop you up and gut you.
Okay.
Gut you like a pig.
Amply named is the name Deathclaw. Let's move on to our next photo. Thank you so much, Gyoko. Oh,
Much love.
and look at what our next photo is.
Another fucking Deathclaw. This person's about to get fucked.
Must be a
Yeah.
Deathclaw party in here.
Buy arcade period Ganon. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not by Arcade, we love you.
Obviously,
Life
it's fine.
life underscore among underscore the underscore ruins.
Beat me to it.
__.
You know, we freaking asked for this art like so long ago. They probably even like forgot that they sent the shit into us. We were just so
Oh,
We're
bad.
like, who are these losers?
It's okay. I made a post, guys. It's all right. Everybody, calm down. I made a singular post. They'll know.
God.
They'll
They don't
know.
care. They don't love us anymore.
You just have to believe. Anyway, what are we seeing in this picture?
Crossbow.
Universe.
Hashtag crossbow.
I thought that was a grenade launcher at first.
Hashtag
First time we did
Daryl.
this.
Hashtag The Walking Dead.
I think
Hashtag
everybody
my
thought it was a
BB.
grenade launcher.
Yeah. Either way, that person's pretty fucking screwed.
Yeah.
Not if they're Daryl.
Daryl.
They kind of look like. No, I'm just kidding.
Daryl. Daryl.
All the ladies just are like a garden hose when they see Harold. Daryl.
They're
Not
doing it.
Harold. Not Harold.
Daryl. The guy, yeah.
Harold. The Oasis people do when they see Harold.
Yeah, Harold.
Why do you think they call it the Oasis? You don't see anyone in there, but
Because it's an oasis.
not if they're
It's a sexual oasis.
Welcome to the Radiation Kings podcast.
It's like a-
Hashtag
No, it's only like this
sexual
one. It's only
oasis.
us.
It's
This
like
is
a
the
hippie
sausage
commune.
one.
That is the oasis. Hippie
We
commune.
are a sexual oasis. I'm gonna use that at least at some point in conversation.
What freaking like? How long have we been in this call? Or in
Long
this?
have we
How
been
long
in
have we been recording?
Just
Not now.
under an hour. We got about like 5 minutes left, so we're going.
Oh, well, let's try and finish it up.
Alright, good picture, whoever that is. I mean,
Yes,
Life
it's
among the
very
ruins.
nice.
Thank you very much.
Gorgeous.
I like your custom backpack. Final photo. I do believe.
Yes.
Introduce it, Mike.
All right. This is by Jacob _ Andreas. Andres. I hope I said that right.
Yeah,
I think it's
probably-
Andres.
Andres. Yeah, that sounds
Jacob
better. That sounds
Andres?
better.
I believe it's Andras.
It doesn't have the little thing.
By
that-
Jacob, and he
Right,
drew
Jacob.
the Radiation King like logo that Lucas and I were using for the stream because he was on there, and he said he's gonna make
That
it
was
for us.
the best Radiation Kings logo I could find off Google Images. Hashtag Google
It's like
Images.
the only one up there.
Shout out to Google for
And he literally made this like a week after the freaking stream, so
It looks like
he's
he
pretty
painted
talented.
it. It's so
He
good.
did.
It looks
It's
like
painted.
it's-
It's painted.
It looks like he
Yeah.
maybe did like a wood burn at first. It looks like it's on a piece of wood, right?
Yeah, it's on like a unique kind of paper, but
So it
this guy
looks like-
makes a bunch of awesome Fallout art.
Because the letters look like they're like indented into
Indented, yeah.
the piece of. So he might have done a burn and then painted over it.
That'd be
Regardless.
badass.
It's really awesome art.
Regardless,
Either
Jacob,
way.
you are the real MVP because you actually made
Made us.
fan art. You made some fan art that was show specific. Much love to everybody else who submitted too,
Yep.
but props on that, Jacob. Serious props.
Yeah, and guys, check out his page. He still makes like awesome Fallout stuff. Like he's working on something right now, and it's pretty impressive.
And also check out my page at Falling Inverse.
Don't do it.
No shout outs here.
I thought you were gonna shout out your pixel art page.
Unfollow.
Also that in the bio.
Don't follow his shitty pixel art page.
Follow me everywhere.
Somebody
You
sent
also
me
Follow
something
Pornhub
pixel
Pornhub
art earlier
comments.
today.
What?
Don't forget that.
I used that as the consolation for us not submitting a video in like 4 weeks. Some pixel art that one of my followers made for me. Gabriel
Alright.
_ Fallout. He's a good man.
If it's good, send it to me.
Okay.
Fuck you, Luke.
We got
All right.
1 minute left, guys. You know what that means?
Just end the
Todd
call
Howard
right now.
chance.
Stop recording.
Todd
Yeah,
Howard.
let's just chant
Todd
him.
Howard. Todd Howard. Todd Howard.
Todd
Todd
Howard.
Howard.
Todd
Howard.
Howard.
Todd Howard.
Praise.
Todd Howard. Universe.
Kill yourself.
Todd Howard.
God Howard.
Todd Howard.
God Howard.
Todd Howard.
God Howard.
I
Todd
sacrifice
Howard.
Lucas to him.
I first saw the words God Howard with 2 D's. I burst out laughing.
Did you say God Howard?
Yeah, like people are doing like
Yeah, people call him
G-A-D
God Howard with 2 D's.
God Howard instead of Todd Howard.
Right.
Praise.
Praise.
All right,
He's on the chess club.
Thank you. I was gonna say.
let's go.
Who's
to
laughing
Todd.
now?
Thank
He
you,
is the king.
Todd Howard, for giving everyone in a chess club a reason to be proud of their chess club membership. So.
Yes.
Right, I'm following.
Oh, and also that whole Fallout thing you did. That was pretty cool too. So thanks.
And the next person. is-
Who's going? Who? Me? Alright. I'm Enclave Hellfire. That's me. Next.
We already did this.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
doing
we're-
it again.
we're just doing
It's
it
a
again.
Sign out.
Mm.
Salute.
y'all.
You can't see me right now, but I'm saluting.
Queer.
Highly.
Sie geil. Bitte für.
Did
Hell
you
right.
already give your McLovins to everyone?
Ooh. Ooh.
Farkle will love you all. Goodbye.
Ooh.
Thank you for
All right.
listening to the podcast. Cheers.